I am a Legacy Lion. As a student of American Legacy Academy, I will show citizenship to my country by living in truth, by being a leader in my community in a way that shows respect, integrity, and self-control.
You know, I think what's interesting about American Legacy as a rule is it's a school that's focused on joy. And when I talk about joy of learning, joy of communing with other kids and staff. But what really makes American Legacy different than what I would say is a traditional school is that it is really focused on the whole child. So we focus on developing virtue along with knowledge.
Our mission statement ends with the two primary objectives. One is civic responsibility. The other is character development. So American Legacy kind of came from the ideals that this nation is built on a completely different platform than all the other nations of the world throughout history. Most every other society is based on rulers and subjects. We're based on the people and representatives. And so it's a complete flip from historic precedent, and it's uniquely American.
We got approved and then we were essentially homeless. We didn't have a location site. It was actually kind of scary because here we had worked so hard to get this approval and then we had nowhere to actually open a school. So we were super fortunate that there was an empty commercial building here in Water Valley. We worked with the property owner, Martin Lynn, and it was such a blessing because it's hard to tell in such a beautiful setting today, but this literally was just roughed in.
Our virtue is inundated into our curriculum. So whether it is in our history and science curriculum, our students in all grade levels learn about our rich history, and so courage is one of our virtues. They're not just said, hey, courage is a good virtue. They're taught, hey, when George Washington was crossing the Delaware, he showed courage, and this is why he showed courage. And why was this valuable? And what would happen if he didn't have courage? And because of his courage, what were the results of it? So our students are really taught what it looks like.
My favorite thing about coming to ALA is that I can be myself.
When we're showing virtues, there's a certain, there's a chart and they tell you which color you're at, depending. If you show really good, if you're doing really good, you can move up. This is a good school, and this is a good place to be for a school.
My favorite thing about ALA is it provides a lot of education, and well, it's a really fun school because you learn a lot, but then you also get to have fun. And my favorite thing about this school is probably just seeing my friends and not being on computers all day.
What classical education is about people connecting with each other to solve problems, to understand the world. And what happens with technology is that it separates kids and puts them in an isolated environment. As a high school principal, I can tell you so many kids became depressed and grew anxiety because they lost connection with each other.
I love classical education because of the emphasis on the virtue that we put towards the students, the moral character development that we do with the kids. The high content of the curriculum is my biggest thing I really enjoy.
With it being a small school and just take what they're learning in their classrooms and put it into physical activity to let the kids know that it's okay to be active and to teach physical activity as well as what they're learning in the classroom and just how fun it can be.
We have opportunities for students to go out into the community. Yes, we're a community here, but we're trying to make sure that students realize that this is just a small part of their community and that they have their neighborhoods and then they have their cities and then of course we have our state. So all these different things that they can go and they can do. So it just really creates a whole child and not just pieces.
We have the opportunity to really shape the hearts of the children here.
Our goal is to train the minds and the soul of our students. That's the beauty of the Hillsdale curriculum because the way it's designed is by reading great literature and exploring these characters in history that were virtuous characters, and then our children can relate to those characters and apply that to their lives.
My biggest hope when they leave kind of ALA is we want you to be well-rounded.
We've asked our community and we've looked inside our school to find out what real supportive needs would be, but we need that support to continue to provide what they need moving forward.
We couldn't do this without you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mother and Father.
The choices you make for your child's education is the single most important decision you'll make for them for their entire life. Thank you for sharing your resources, your time. Thank you for entrusting us with your children. And thank you for supporting the mission of American Legacy Academy.